video here on how to process antler for knife handles. And some people say, well, wouldn't you just cut it up and hope for the best? Well, there's kind of a method to the madness. And a lot of it, keep in mind that you are going to have some waste. You've got some handle material that is, I could get a good handle here, but I couldn't quite get a good handle here, or I can get, it's kind of split the difference, but what really works for you? If you're just going for the crown, there's a lot of arc right there. So you're either going to end up with a short tang, or you're going to have to try to hollow that out some more. But it's a good time to subscribe. We're back in our production area here. And what I have here, I've got a bandsaw with a very worn blade on it. And I'll be using it to process some of this up. So be sure to subscribe and check out some of the links in the description. I'm going to kind of split it about right about there. And not a bad idea to have a pencil or something you can mark things with. Try to avoid pens and markers because they soak into the antler. Alright, so right there I've got a couple decent little sections where I can add spacer or different materials and stack those up and get some decent handles. So what I want to do, we're going to take, let's take this big gnarly piece of whitetail. Now, a mouse or squirrels have already gnawed away most of the crown, but I've got some good sections in this handle. Or in this antler that can be used for handle material. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through here and just start showing you what parts we can use for what. First thing you want to do, I generally start from the far end, especially with curvature, to start breaking the material down. So I'm going to take off my longest tine, and you see I've got enough straightness here. If I cut it there, I've got enough for a small, like a patch knife. All right. Next, I'm actually going to cut off right up here by the next crotch in the antler. I definitely need to replace the blade on this, but I'm just using it up for what I can, people. Now on this one, this may actually work out to be a handle, but I definitely have to take that off. It'd take a little bit of reshaping, but I think I can make that work as a handle. I may be able to get enough straightness out of that. Now this one, we can still do something with that. Don't discard that yet. So now I'm going to come in here, take this off. No, I'm not. There's not enough material for me to do a whole lot with that, so I'm actually going to cut across here. but I can carve that into a pipe. I'm not a smoker, but Matt P, what I'm doing, I'm actually going through and I am showing people how to process antler up into usable forms. Like this could be a pipe right here. And I've carved them before. Now right in here, I don't have as much usable material, so I'm going to cut. Oh, I grabbed my pencil. I want to cut kind of across in here and then take a section off in here and then cut this and then do a division. Be sure to subscribe. How's everyone doing? So different parts of, of a piece of antler and how we can use that for handle material and other items. Of course, you can also go through and just cut this into discs and drill them and make buttons as well. So a lot of use out of it. Now that right there, that could be a spacer for a handle, or it could be a pipe bowl. There's a lot that you can do with that. This I'm looking at probably cutting that off at some point and drilling that, drill in, make it connect, have a pipe bowl there. And now I've got these two sections. Now the straighter portion is the area that had the crown. So that's mostly what I'm going to try to preserve on this. Got a handle section there, and if I play my cards right, I can get one here. I'm going to have a spacer or additional handle material on top. And I guarantee somebody will give me hell for walking away with that running. What's the purpose of cutting up deer antlers? I'm using them for knife handles and other builds. Now this is a rather robust piece. And unfortunately, Mother Nature's little gnawing creatures have got a lot of this, but I think I can still use parts. So first thing I'm going to do, come in and take off this tine. we'll come in and actually I'm going to take this one off because this is big enough that I can actually use that for a handle as well. This one, I'm going to go ahead and trim that tip. That'll make it handle. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off just so it's out of the way. And we'll still keep that for now. How's everybody doing? If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and go through and processing up some deer antler. Now this is a bit wide. It may still be usable. Let's get in here, trim that down. Not a lot of pith to that. That's pretty solid. So I can probably kind of carve away some of that. Now this, I'm seeing a pretty good handle here, and if that wasn't so tore up, this one would be a good one as well. But in the meantime, I'm gonna cut it down. That'd be a big handle. So I'm getting quite a bit of material processed up here, which is going to help streamline my process of knife making. Now I have another shed right here that looks kind of cool. There's not a lot of opportunity for knife handles on this. These tines are small and they're curved, and that causes an issue. Now I'll be able to get a couple pipe bowls out of this possibly, but not a whole lot. So I'm actually, I may be able to get a section of a handle right there. Double brow tine, so that's kind of cool. So in some cases, these make better display than they do knife handles or other material for crafting. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm still going to process it up for knife handles, because being wider here and being relatively straight in here, I can do something with this. And it kind of comes down to just creativity and personal preference. So I'm going to go ahead and just process this one up as well. Now this one I am going to cut off right about in that general region. 3 points that can make a pipe bowl. Now this one, if that was straighter, this would make a cool little pipe right in here, but it's not. So it's a lot denser material. Now what I'm looking at is that in this general region I can get a knife handle, and I'm going to have to trim part of this off. But what I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and take these brow tines off. I think I am. So what I'm seeing here, I'm going to cut this about there, and that makes for kind of a cool handle. But still something that might be useful in a sculpture or whatever. But now you can see how that does make for a reasonable knife handle. Even has a kind of almost a finger spacing on that. All right, let me check, make sure I don't have anybody up front. If you haven't subscribed yet, great time to do so. Ricardo, how's it going, man? So I'm going to go ahead and grab some more antler over here. Well, this makes it a little more complicated when you've still got a section of skull cap on it. But if. It's a big if and not a very good one. Sometimes you're just going to have to get the handsaw out or the sawzall to cut these up. And that may be something I do another time. But if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe. There'll be more videos on other builds, on how to use up different types of how to use and process different types of material. Fun things in regards to the outdoors, nature, knife making, firearm reviews, and just other cool stuff. So if you have a chance, share it, like it, be sure to subscribe. We'll catch you guys in a few. Have a great one.